Hello, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another episode of Car Chapter. And before we get into today's video, which is things that I like about my 440, if you can't beat them, join them. And I like to tell you guys about a few things about the channel. So as those of you that have subscribed and have been following my channel, you know that I follow a very specific upload pattern, and I upload around Mondays, and I try to stick to one upload a week for now because I want to maximize the quality of the content, but before quantity. I and since my schedule is very hectic, and I work around 6 days a week, and then so that doesn't give me enough time to film and then to edit and then post the videos. So that's why I upload them on Mondays, because Mondays is actually one of my best days and that I have time to post and edit. So yeah, for those of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much for your support. And then if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe. And then before we get into today's video, because it's gonna be awesome, go ahead and like this video beforehand before we get to today's topic. So, and I don't know how it's taking me this long to film about this topic, which is about things that I like about my BMW. And you would think it's weird that I haven't uploaded this video yet, because this video should have been one of the first few videos that I've made about the 440, because you know all the YouTubers are essentially doing the same thing. They get a car, they introduce it, they make a what I hate, what I don't, what I hate, what I love videos about their cars, and then after that they make a review, and then it goes on from there. But I'm essentially going backwards with this whole thing. So yeah, so I just remembered that I haven't done a video about the things that I liked about the 440. So here we are, and as you can see, it's very sunny here, and then in a weird twist, it's about 60 degrees, and I think it's about almost 70 degrees right now in Atlanta, which is weird because in my last video it was freezing cold. It was barely in the 30s, and then now we're here and then almost 70s, almost in the 70s on February. So climate change. But but enough of that. Let's go ahead in today's video, and then so I'm gonna go from the things that I like the least to the things that I like the most. So they go in order. So let's go with number 5, which is practicality. I mentioned in my review video, and if you haven't already seen it, please go ahead and see this video first. But basically the 440 that I have is a Grand Coupe, which means it's a hatchback, and it's equivalent to an Audi S5 Sportback and Kia Stinger. They're all hatchbacks. So thankfully mine has the comfort access, so all I have to do is just get that. Don't know why it's not working. So all I have to do is just open this, and as you can see, you get a very large trunk space over there compared to what you would get in the 3 Series or the 440 regular coupe. And if you fold that, and then if you fold the seats down, you get a huge amount of space, and then I'll show you. So as you can see here, if you fold the seats down and then you take this hatch divider thing down, you get a huge amount of space, huge enough that if you haven't seen my video about where the 440 got a wheel change, over there in that video you can see that I was able to fit my four boxes, which contains the wheels, and then the 4 sets of tires and the 4 pieces of tires that I have in there comfortably. Well, not exactly comfortably, because I had to put one of the tires out there in the very front, but it fits. And then that's a huge plus if you're planning on going on road trips, if you're planning to fit a lot of people and fit a lot of stuff. It's a perfect grocery shopper. And then Oh yeah, BMW's grocery shopping. It's 2019. It's definitely happening. But this is definitely on the practical side, and then I don't regret getting the Grand Coupe as opposed to the regular coupe, because the one thing that 440 Grand Coupe does retain is my next favorite thing about this car. Okay, so number four, it has to be styling. So if you look at the 440, you'll see that it has a sexy stance, and then, well, I partly contribute that to these wheels, which are much better than the regular 400M wheels that came with the cars. But I'm beating on a dead horse right now, because I've been saying this in like past two videos. But as you can see, it's very sexy in the back. You get that coupe like rear. And even though we still need to put a spoiler here in the back, in the trunk, it already looks so sexy. I mean it's a very balanced styling. It looks good on all angles, side angles. And then what I love about it the most is the front. You see, what differentiates the 3 Series and the 4 Series are the overall front fascia here. So the 3 Series, since it's a traditional sedan, it's a little bit higher, and then the 4 Series basically has a lower center of gravity, and then add that to the M Sport, which I have. It has different bumpers to your regular 4 Series, and it looks really low, and then it does sit pretty low, and it's a little bit wider than the regular 3 Series, so that's a plus. And then what makes this car be able to have that sexy look is that you see on the roof right there, there's that coupe slanted line over there. So basically, Grand Coupe is just a coupe with 4 doors. That's what BMW likes to call it. And I don't know if you noticed, I don't know if the camera's picking this up or not, but I have a little bit of a dent here, which I just noticed now. So I just got the Beamer washed a couple of days ago, and I haven't had it washed in about 2 months, and then this is my first time seeing that dent, but it's not too bad. It's not too noticeable, so we can let that slide for now. Okay, so on to number 3. So number 3 is it might be a little bit controversial to some of you, but this is absolutely one of the things that I really like and appreciate about this car, is its interior. So compared to, let's say, a Mercedes AMG C43, Audi S5, even the Kia Stinger, this interior does look a little too simple for 2019 or 2017. Well, because mine's a 2017. But one thing that people don't understand is that BMW built this interior with the mind that it focuses on you. It helps you to drive without having to take your eyes off the screen, and they essentially created the interior based on that motto. But first, I have to start it up. It's kind of hot. And then so basically, like what I was saying, they created the interior with the mind that they want the driver to be able to keep their eyes on the road, and then be able to, you know, use a lot of the functions on the center portion over here. So I'm gonna explain this in a very short way. If you're driving and then you want to access a button, if you access a button, be it the sport, be it the driving modes, be it the traction control over here, be it the parking sensors, be it the audio, which has a volume knob, and then I don't know why I said volume knobs. All BMWs have volume knobs, but and then you have the climate control here. So basically they created this interior to be so simple but then so classy. Again, it's a BMW, so classy that you don't have to take your eyes off the road, because you can practically reach for whatever it is that you want to get with just one hand, while you keep the other hand in the steering. And then one notable mention to that is that I want to include this with the interior, is that the iDrive system is practically one of the best infotainment systems out there, because it's so responsive and it's so simple to use. And then you want to hit map, there's a button here for map. You want to go to menu, there's a button for menu. Go to media. I don't use media a lot, but I usually just use it for menu, and then go to my vehicle here, and then technology in action, sport display. This is what I have on for most of the time, because I just like seeing the display, even though it's a little gimmick, but it works well. So basically everything in the interior is within the reach of the driver, and I love that because well, compared to some other systems out there, I mean, as far as interior layout goes, this is one of the most ergonomic interiors you can ever find. It's not the most flashy or advanced as the Mercedes or the Audi counterparts, but its simplicity is the key here. Simplicity is the key, and then what BMW wants you to do is just keep your eyes on the road and enjoy driving without having to take your eyes off the road while you want to change some basic settings on the screens here and there. And let's be honest, the Mercedes infotainment systems are kind of a bit complicated for me and slightly unresponsive. But even though they have beautiful screens, but it's just you know, for driving purposes, this interior absolutely nails it for me, and I love this interior. And yeah, when you sit in it, you automatically know that you're sitting in a BMW. There's no mistaking about that. And then now we are down to number 2. Number 2 is actually something that most people love about this car. And then since it's the 440, it has the B58 engine, which my car has. So the B58 engine is somewhat of a new engine for the 4 Series or 3 Series, 2 Series. Basically back then what they had was the 235, 335, 435, 535. They all use the N55 the N55 engine, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if the 235 uses the N54 or is that only for the 135. I'm not exactly sure. Somebody, you can correct me on that in the comments below. But as far as the 4 Series go, before the 440, they had the 435, which has its N55 engine, and then compared to the N55 engine, this B58 is much more refined and it's so much smoother on the road. Honestly, the acceleration for me personally feels like a naturally aspirated, because it's so smooth, and then there's very little turbo lag, and then in this application it makes about 320 horses, which is, I'm pretty sure, underrated by BMW, because they always underrate their engine. Because let's face it, my Kia Stinger has 365 horsepower and this has 320 horsepower. Both are rear drive, and then this doesn't feel slower than the Kia. Maybe it feels slower than the Stinger off the line, because the Stinger has launch control and this doesn't have launch control. Either it doesn't have launch control, or I don't know how to access the launch control. But either way, this doesn't feel slower than the Stinger at all, and then that's pretty impressive considering that has 365 horsepower and then 370 something pound-feet of torque. But I'm pretty sure weight cuts into it a little bit, but they're not much different. So I'll go over the driving portion in a little bit, but let's see some revs. Okay, so now we're on to my favorite part, which is, wait for it, the driving dynamics. So I love how this car drives. I love how this car drives, and then I know that it's not as good as it should be. And when I say that, I mean by the steering, because sometimes it feels a little bit too light because of the electric steering wheel, and then I don't have those crappy run flats anymore. So the steering is a little bit light, but when it comes to the driving dynamics, it's very agile, it's very responsive, and then the power delivery is very smooth, and then it's almost naturally aspirated like. It's almost. Don't quote me out on that, but it's almost naturally aspirated because it's how smooth it is, and then sometimes the shifts are so smooth that you don't even feel like it's shifting. And then I'll show you what I mean. So we're gonna go ahead and take this Beamer for a drive. Okay, so we're just casually cruising around the city here, and we're about to enter the highway, so you can see what I mean. So this engine is very smooth, and then I'm gonna put it in Sport Plus mode and then go a little crazy here. I hope the sound gets into the camera, because it should be louder now that I have the back seats down. But this engine just makes so much good noise, and then, well, enough of that. So that wasn't even tenths. That was about 7/10 or 8/10, and the car, when in sport mode, just automatically upshifts for you every time you wanna get some power out of it. And then let's see, one more time. Okay, so I'm gonna put my foot halfway down. Crazy. It's crazy how much power this 320 horses have, and I'm pretty sure it's very underrated. I want to dyno the Beamer, but since it's stock, I don't see the point of dynoing it until I get it tuned. But this is one of the reasons why I enjoy driving this car so much. Even though it's not M4 powers, level crazy. It has a better exhaust tone than the M4, if I can argue that, because the M4 doesn't, well, this sounds very disappointing compared to the E92 M3 that we used to have. But yeah, even in Sport Plus, the ride is good. It's very comfortable. The power is very responsive, and then the turbos kick in right away, and then the steering, it's on the lighter side. It's very light compared to my Kia Stinger. And then sometimes it's so light that I just want to put it in a sport mode just so that it can be a little bit heavier. But before I changed the tires from the run flats, it was really heavy in Sport Plus. So that shows you how heavy the stock run flats really are. But now I'm in the highway, and then I road noise is pretty much expected from this class, the compact sports sedan or sports coupe segment, and it's just very easy to drive, very easy to control everything. Like I said before, the interior layout makes sure that you can access everything you need within your reach, and then the engine makes sure that you have plenty of power to keep up with most things on the highway, you know, barring 400 horses and up cars, but it can keep up with most of them, especially in manual mode. I can't do manual mode right now because I'm holding this camera, but let's put our foot in it one more time and see what happens. Well, we know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna go bonkers, which is the way I like it. Okay. One more time. Well, that was still a speed limit, but you know, you can hear how fast the car is going. I want to see how fast this car goes with a tune. Like, let's say a JB4 or a boot mod stage 2. You know. And as far as handling goes, well, we'll see. It's very agile, as you expect, like a 3 series, but the steering is dead light. That it doesn't really inspire a lot of confidence, but yeah, you know how it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and then I want you to go ahead and then smash that like button and then subscribe to the channel, because we're gonna have more awesome things coming. And then follow my Instagram channel at Car Chapter here, and I'll post the link in the description below. But follow me on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram, and if you just want to go ahead and ask me a question, give me suggestions or anything, you could just message me on Instagram or comment below, and then I'll pretty much get to you guys ASAP. So I hope that you guys have liked what I've been doing so far. And then some of you have been asking, where's the Stinger? How come I'm not posting any Stinger content lately? Well, it's because something's happened to the Stinger, and I don't think I'm ready to tell you guys exactly what happened yet. But that's coming and then so So we're gonna be having some more Beamer content in the nearby future. But I hope you guys like my videos, and then I hope you guys like the way the channel is shaping up to be, because I'm pretty much paying attention to the quality of these videos more than anything else. I'm not trying, I don't clickbait, I don't like to do clickbait, so you're not gonna see any of that. And then you know, I'm just gonna take the traditional old school approach, and then if you guys like it, then I deserve the views. If you guys don't like it, then I don't deserve it. So, you know, hit me up, leave some comments, shoot me a message, DM me, whatever, float your boat, I'll be there. So see you on the next video, which is probably gonna be the things that I hate about this Beamer, because you know, there's no such thing as something perfect. So there's always something that I don't like about this car, and there are plenty. So see you guys in the next video, and then hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And then it's beautiful out here in Atlanta. I hope wherever you are watching this, is the weather is there beautiful too. But see you then. Thank you.